So everybody, like I was saying earlier, I'm not supposed to. I'm not allowed to comment on my. I'm not allowed to comment on my own on my own show this morning, and I don't know what this is all about. But anyhow, I'm gonna go with the flow. We are waiting for our next guest, but while we are waiting for the next guest, I have an announcement, and that is that this show is sponsored, this summit rather, is sponsored by Women's Coaching Association. That's right, Women's Coaching Association. This, if you want to be a member of that association, could you please go back to Women's Coaching Association.com, Women's Coaching Association.com. It's women's with an S, Women's Coaching Association.com, and click on the membership info, and there you will find all the perks of becoming a member today. I also have a group that I coach women speakers, especially new speakers, on how to speak better. And I am in the area of helping you create a compelling signature talk so that you stand out and it helps you convert. Again, if you want to know more about Women's Coaching Association, go on over to Women's Coaching Association.com. It's women's with an S, Women's Coaching Association.com, and click on the membership info, and you will find all the perks of becoming a member today. And I can see our next guest. So I am going to bring her on board. She is here. She's here. She's here and ready to rock. And our next guest is Kathy Blaze Jefferson. That's right. Kathy and I have known each other for at least, I think, about a year and a half or 2 years from another group that we met. And she's here to talk about this, among everything. Somebody talked about it previously. She's an image consultant, and she helps women of all sizes. Oh my God. Now, today, she will be helping us and talk about image. So please help me welcome Kathy Blaze Jefferson. Take it away, Kathy.
Good morning, Christy.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about image. I'm talking to those of you who are aspiring to walk into some of those amazing spaces, whether it's personally or professionally. I'm talking to you this morning. You know, sometimes we walk into these spaces, we're going in for, say, this presentation. We're going out there to get these contracts. We're going out on a hot date. Who knows? It could be anything. But we want to leave out of those spaces being unforgettable, right? I want to always walk into a place and leave out of there being unforgettable. Because you know what? I am not the only one that's in an image consulting business. I could be walking into a space where there's 6 or 7 other image consultants there. And I want there to be something so magnetic about me, so authentic, so unique, that when I leave out of that room, they're not going to remember, hey, Kathy Blaze was that girl with that red dress on. Kathy was that girl that was the founder of Blaze Image Consulting. There's going to be something that I left in that room to make them remember me. And that's what we're talking about today. To make sure that you have such an authentic image that it doesn't matter what you walk in that room looking like, it doesn't matter how many other individuals are there that are in the same business as you. There is something about you that makes them remember you. So we want to walk out of any space that we're in being unforgettable. We want there to be a space somewhere where someone else may say, Blaze Image Consulting, that's the founder, Kathy Blaze. That is just an amazing company, and you really want to get to know them. We want other people to be able to put that buzz out there because they remember something so unique about you. They remember how you made them feel when you were in their space. So when we work with you as an image consultant and help you create that image, we're pulling out all those fantastic, all those things that you've been hiding, keeping hidden because you may not even know how fantastic they are, but others can see them in you. And those are usually the gems that others notice because people, it only takes 60 seconds for them to make this observation of you. They determine what your wealth is, they determine what kind of person you are, just about the external. So we want to change that as an image consultant. Again, as I said, whether it's personal or it's professional. But today I want to talk about the professional side because that's usually the one that gets neglected with business professionals. We spend all this time and money and energy on getting our business in place, getting all the technology and everything we need to show the world how important, how this service and this product that we have to offer, how amazing it is. But we forget that one amazing piece that goes along with your company, with your branding, which is you. That's that one amazing piece that people will remember. You can have the best product or service, but if that one amazing piece walks in the room into that space and goes unnoticed, they're going to forget about that amazing product and service that you're offering. They're going to remember that other person, which may have a similar product to yours, but may not be as great as yours, only because they don't remember you. So we want to make sure that that person that goes along with that product, that brand, you are a brand. That piece of the brand that goes along with that product and those services, it looks the part. You can walk into a room being this. I'm going to list out some sizes, because a lot of times we have people that are worried and concerned about the shape of their bodies. And as an image consultant, that's a piece that we work with, is on helping you determine your body type and what clothing goes perfectly with your body type. You can walk in there with a pear shape with this amazing A-line dress on. They're not going to see your shape. They're just going to look at how amazing you are. You're going to look at that glow in your skin or what it is, whatever it is that just caught their eye for that day. Because you were dressed appropriately, wearing something that fit the body type. And that comes to be some of the problems that we run into, is knowing what clothing do I wear with my body type? And as a business professional, when do I have the time to schedule in and determine what clothing should I wear for my body type? So you could be the one that walk into that space and have on that perfect red power suit. And you're a curvy girl, but they don't see your curves. All they see is this strong woman walking in with this power suit that looks fantastic. And you know what may be the reason for that? Is it because that curvy girl has on the appropriate undergarments that goes with her body type. So we have to look at all the things that make us a unique person, whether it's our body type, whether it's our hair color, our eye color, our skin color, all those things come into place when knowing what colors go with us. Which colors should I be wearing? I may walk into someone's space wearing all black, but that person could be having a bad day, and that black just doesn't hit the spot for them. So you're not going to be the person that they remember that day. They're going to remember that person that came in with this bright fuchsia color or yellow or something that lit up their day. And that may be the person that get the contract. Do you get what I'm saying here? We have to think about who we're going to see, who's going to be looking at what we're wearing for that day, how we're going to make people feel. I want to be your consultant. I want to contract with you. But I walk into this room and you're having a bad day, and I'm not there. I'm not helping you because I'm on all black and I'm making you feel even more gloomier. So we have to look at how people are seeing us as a part of our brand. I like to always give an example. I don't know if you all know Lonnie Love from The View. I sit and I watched her as she started on that show. And I see how they molded her, how they changed her image. They were creating this image for her and for their brand. And as you see, they were molding her for leadership. She started to sit differently. She started to command the room differently. She started to dress differently. She started to dress the part. She sat in the middle. There was, I believe, 5 women on this set. But they molded her to fit the brand that they wanted and the brand that they needed for their company. And that's what happens when you create your brand. You mold yourself to be a part of your organization, your personal life, your professional life. You mold yourself to fit in there because you're going to be the face of your corporation. So when they hear Rock Your Brilliance, there could be a Rock Your Coaching or Rock Your this or Rock Your that. But when they hear Rock Your Brilliance, they see Christy's face. They remember something Christy may have said. They remember that yellow blazer that she may have walked into the room with. They remember that smile on her face. They remember how she made them feel when she was in the room. There could have been 20 other coaches in the room, but there was something that was authentically unique about Christy and her brand that made them want to call her. So creating an image, I've been asked before, well, is this a gimmick? No, there's nothing about a gimmick when it comes to creating your image. Remember, it's your image. We're pulling out all these unique things in you to create who you are. And I shouldn't even use the word create because you are already that person. You created this company, you created this life. So we just need to bring it out of you because we tend to complete all the other pieces while we leave ourselves behind. And your unique image is going to be totally different than the others because we're pulling stuff out of the inside of you. I can put you all in fancy clothes, new hairstyles, makeup, and whatever. But if we don't get all the good stuff out of the inside of you, the outside isn't going to make any difference. You're not going to be any different than the other 10 people that are walking around there. We want you to always be unforgettable. We want you to have that authentic image that everyone remembers, that everyone knows about your brand. Let's say Target. You go into Target, you can see everyone's walking around in red. If you compare them to Walmart, you know the difference. You see the difference in their branding. So we need to make sure that if we have an organization, a company, or we work for a company, that our branding is unique so that we're representing it well. You have to represent your brand as well as it represents you. When we're sitting, we're thinking about how much money our company is bringing in, how we're focused on making sure our logo is in place, how our websites are in place and they're all aligned with each other. You have to be aligned with those things as well. You can't promote how great your company is when you're not promoting, they're not seeing it in you. And let me just say this, having an image doesn't mean you have to wear makeup, you have to wear your hair a certain way. It is unique to you. It is unique to you. And now that we're on this virtual thing, because that's been a change in our life right now, we have to always represent our brand, whether it's virtual or in person. So if you're a certain way when you're out and about in person, going out to meetings, your people want to see you that they want to see that same person when you're online. They want to see that same person when you're going to having virtual meetings, when you're having a virtual presentation. They want to see that same branding. So don't assume that because it's virtual that you don't still have to represent your brand. I thank you for your time and I hope that this was able to help some of you with moving forward into some of those spaces where you can be unforgettable. And if you need any assistance with this, we do have a plan called the Total Unforgettable Package that will help you get started on making your authentic image unforgettable. If you're interested, feel free to email me at blazingcurvesinfo@gmail.com and let's set up a free 15-minute consult. Again, my name is Kathy Blaze Jefferson.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Kathy. My goodness, talk about the image. She's absolutely right. Sometimes people will see you before you see yourself. That's right. Sometimes
That
people
is true.
before you see yourself. And I'll never forget a few years ago, I was at the conference and I was ready to buy jewelry. It was two two necklaces that I wanted to buy. One was really me, but because that one was too bold, right? I proceeded to buy the other one that is more conservative. Little to say that the seller said to me, no, 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 don't buy that. Do you really want to buy? I said, yeah, I want to buy the more conservative one. So before you, why don't you take the two necklaces, show it to other women and see what they say?
Uh-huh.
For I said, okay, whatever. So I took the necklaces, and showed it to five women, five different women. Did you know that four of them said exactly what the lady said, which is the one that I wanted, the bold one. But the reason I
Right.
buy, because I will appear so, it's too out there, it's too flamboyant. But that's really what I wanted. But isn't it amazing that people already sees you before you see yourself?
That
It,
is true. I
it's
have
a
to tell you, I have to tell you one more thing. I am such a creature of habit.
yes.
So I tell myself when I'm going out to buy new lipstick or do something different, I'm going out on the hunt to find something new, a different shade or something different. So I recall this one day I went out to buy some lipstick and I said, you know what? I'm going to ask this lady behind the counter to pick me out a lip color. I'm not even going to do it today. And she picked out this color and I'm like, I wasn't too sure about it. And but I said I was going to let someone else pick it out for me. So I did. I let her pick it out for me. I get home. Christy, I had the same darn color at home already.
Oh my God, that is so true. That is so cool. And I think I use myself for example. I think most of the time, though, some of us know what is good for us to wear when it
That
comes to image, right? But I think it's this we're not being comfortable wearing it because of maybe what people will say. Maybe in my own case, maybe you don't want to appear bold, but there was nothing bold about it. That's really how I dress, and I guess people have become to know me that anytime you see Christy, this is even without me knowing this is what I see. When I see Christy, this is what I'm expecting. This is how I'm expecting Christy to look. I wasn't aware of it, but it is the fact. So I'm just echoing what you just said
well,
about
always remember who you are, who your brand is. Your brand is bold and brilliant. Okay. So you wearing something bold fits exactly aligned with your brand. So never feel like you're being too bold.
oh, absolutely. That was in the past. That was the old me. That's not the new me. Said, hey, bring it on. But you're
Yeah.
absolutely about brand, that you should be representing your brand at any time. And like you said, a brand is not just about lipstick, hair color,
No.
it's everything about you. It's everything about you. And I think you talked about Walmart and you talked about Target, and you are,
Right.
because once you walk in, it has a different, each one of them,
It's a different feel. Yes.
it's like going to Nordstrom versus going to JC Penney or
Mm-hmm. You see the difference.
you
You
can
see the
tell.
difference. So remember to always be your authentic self because you're going out there. There can like I said, there can be six other. I'm just using coaches out there going for the same contract. Okay, it's that one or two unique things about you, whether it was a shine in your eyes, whether it was your hair being so big and bold that really caught their attention. Okay. So don't dull yourself down for anyone. I was speaking with a lady the other day, and we have a tendency, I didn't want to bring this up, but I want to bring it up since I have a couple of minutes, is that because a person are a certain age, a certain size, we want to tell them how to dress, how to look. You know what, baby? Don't tell me how to look. You're 50. I say, if you still got them Tina Turner legs, you show them legs if you want to, okay? Don't let anyone tell you who you are, what your image represents, what your brand represents. You know what you created that brand. You created Rock Your Brilliance. You know what it's about, what it means to you, right? So don't let anyone tell you what it means to you inside of here. Okay. That is what people love about you. They don't, it isn't about all of this. It's about what comes in from the inside out. We're just dressing that up is what we're doing. So always represent your brand well. Don't hide in the background because you're the face of your brand. Okay? Always go out there shining that light. Always shine and represent your brand well. Because no one can represent it the way you can.
You talk about representing the brand. I will never forget the old Monique, not the new Monique, when
Mm,
when she was plus size, and I
uh-huh.
loved that woman, and you couldn't tell me that whether you're wearing size 6, that you're gonna look better than Monique. No way. And
Right.
when you think about Monique, you already know what she's bringing to the table, and so is Star Jones when the old Star Jones, not the new Star Jones. But anyway, I'm just echoing what you said about.
Well, and if you think back when they were curvy girls, plus size women, they had a brand for themselves being these plus size women. But when they lost a lot of weight, which was for health reasons, I'm not telling anyone not to lose weight or be healthy. But when they lost weight, they tend to fit in with everyone else that was their size. They sort of lost that brand that they had when they were the curvy women, the plus size women. People saw them as something different. They saw a different brand. Women that were curvy or plus size saw them and felt like, hey, I can wear that also, or I can be like that because I'm about her size. So they were a brand for a lot of women
Mhm.
because of their size. But the moment they lost all that weight, they began to fit in with all the other women that were their size. There wasn't, I don't want to say there wasn't anything special about them, but they needed to create their own brand in that lane where they were at that moment, which I think some of them, I think they're working at it. Monique is working at it. I haven't heard anything about Star Jones in a long time, but I think Monique is trying to come back, and she's funny as heck. So I'm sure she'll come up with something good for us.
Okay. Well, let me see if we have anybody with a question. They appreciate you, and I appreciate you as always. Oh, and then we have a question for you, Kathy. How often should you have your colors done? That was a question from Giselle.
From Giselle, well, you should have it done for each season. I work with my clients on what I call my seasonal looks because from winter, summer, spring, and fall, depending on where you live, I guess those colors are going to change. So what I would wear during the winter, and let me just start from here. My skin changes from summer to winter. Living in Arizona, we get pretty hot out here. But my skin tone changes, so I have to change my foundation color during the winter time. So which means I'm going to have to change the colors that I wear. But altogether, your colors are going to still be in the same family. They may be a little darker during the winter, but you're still going to be in the same family, but you're going to have to change your colors from season to season. And it depends on where you live. I mean, like in Arizona, we can pretty much wear some of the same colors. I mean, summer, spring, I mean, even though some of the colors change, but we can still wear some of the summer colors. I mean, I still do some in the wintertime. It just depends. But we will have to change up from season to season because of how our bodies, our skin changes. Changing of your hair color. I mean, there's just certain things that don't go with a certain hair color. Let's say a lady that has a certain color eye color. One of my cousins, her eyes changed colors from um, and she's gray one moment, then it changes to another color. It depends. Your eye color really affects the colors that you wear. So it's all those little things that affect the other things that we have to look at. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here you have it, Giselle. And so I am bringing someone in. Our next speaker is going to be coming in. So I appreciate you, Kathy. And please,
Thank you.
everyone watching and people that will be watching later on, make sure you take advantage of all the offers from our speakers. So schedule your appointment to talk to Kathy to help you with your image. So thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.